was run the ball and play good defense, but you needed a couple of plays from your quarterback, and they got him. And the defense was terrific. Atlanta's only points came off of 2 turnovers. And the resilient Philadelphia Eagles host the NFC Championship game here. It's the first playoff win for the Eagles since the 2008 season.
This team has had fun all season long with those celebrations, and it is going to be a party tonight.
Lane Johnson.
That's awesome.
What a character. There's the 4th down play. Ryan in trouble. Ryan looking all around. Ryan shoots one in the direction of Jones. And to the strains of Fly Eagles Fly, this big crowd will file out and enjoy that ride home. Volkswagen postgame report coming up after these messages.
Could they win more than anyone in world history? $2 million. New Monday.
This winter, count on NBC 10 First Alert Weather, the most accurate team on air with the most reliable 10-day forecast, not just for your area, but for your neighborhood with Storm Ranger 10, the only mobile radar providing our team of experts details no one else can, plus real-time road temperatures across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware, on air and on your NBC 10 app. Track the storm anytime, anywhere with exclusive live radar. This winter, get your forecast right with NBC 10 First Alert Weather. Count on it.
Honda knows that agility has its advantages. That's why the all-wheel drive Honda HR-V crossover lets you enjoy the open road. Helps you stay in touch on the go. And gives you a better view of your surroundings. The all-wheel drive HR-V crossover from KBB.com's 2017 Best Value brand. Nothing compares to a Honda. So visit your local Honda dealer today.
Book now and choose up to 5 free offers, including unlimited open bar. Norwegian Cruise Line. Feel free.
Hey, boss, how you doing? What can I get for you?
Slice of cheese.
Oh. $3, please.
Dude, you bit my pizza.
It's just a fee.
A fee?
If you get like a personal loan, there's a sign-up fee. Same thing.
That's ridiculous.
Don't freaking put that in your mouth, dude.
For the most accurate forecasts, count on NBC 10 First Alert Weather.
Welcome to the Volkswagen SUVW post-game report. Here now, Mike Tirico.
For the first time in 11 years, Philly fans leave happy with a playoff win. Philly native Matt Ryan, disappointment again. Vinny Curry and the defense shut out the Falcons in the second half. Dan Quinn, the disappointment of that final play 2 yards away. Not to be. Malcolm Jenkins and the Eagles move on 15-10, and they will host the NFC Championship game coming up a week from tomorrow against the winner of Minnesota against New Orleans. Terrific defensive effort in the second half, and Nick Foles got the job done when it mattered most. The game balls in this game, no doubt, to Nick Foles for his performance winning the Eagle playoff game, second one he's played in. And on the defensive side, Fletcher Cox leading the charge as well with 7 tackles and sack and a couple of quarterback hits. And they speak with Michelle Tafoya.
Mike, thank you. Nick, slow start to that first half. Second half, you come out and put together some long drives. You looked settled in. What clicked?
I mean, we just kept believing in each other. That was it. I mean, our team never wavered. Defense did an amazing job. Special teams. That's just been the story of this year. Is we just all stuck together, and we believed that we could move the ball and do all those things. We saw it. We made too many mistakes in the first half that hurt us, but we limited the mistakes in the second half, and Atlanta played a great game, but it feels really good to get this victory.
Yeah, you all believed, but all week, not everybody believed that you could do this and lead this team with Carson Wentz on the bench. So how do you describe the feeling right now of knowing that you could and you did do that?
It's a really humbling feeling. It's unbelievable being here. I'm grateful to be a part of the Eagles organization, and just to come out here with these guys and compete and win this game means everything, and it all stems from us believing inside. The Eagles fans here tonight all believed, and they never gave up, and I know they're all pumped as we are.
Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, let's turn to Fletcher Cox. Talk about that last Atlanta drive. I mean, they really put together a big drive with some big plays. What was the plan there at the end as they were deep in your territory?
I mean, just stay calm. I mean, we always talk about that. And we've been in those situations, you know, during the regular season. So we kind of know how to handle those situations, not try to make a play, let the play come to us. I mean, we practice situations like that all the time. And, you know, coaches keep us ready for it.
You told me earlier that being the underdog put a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. What do you think this defense proved tonight?
I mean, we proved a lot. I mean, like I said earlier when you talked to me, I mean, we, you know, top 5 in a lot of categories, and we came out and proved it tonight. I mean, that's a really good Atlanta team that we beat, man, and, you know, everybody's excited. I think Nick came out and did a great job, and, you know, we got a big team win.
And you get to host next week as well. Congratulations.
Thank you. We'll be ready for next week.
Mike?
All right, Michelle, thank you. With Tony Dungy and Rodney Harrison, guys, we were all right down here as that last 4th down play played out. Your thoughts on the call?
I did not like the call, Mike, because I thought it limited Atlanta too much. You're obviously going to go to Julio Jones, but when you sprint out, you've only got one place to go. He's got to win. Julio fell down, but I thought sprinting out, Rodney, limited what they could do.
Well, I thought it was really good coverage by Jalen Mills. You saw him playing physical on a 6'4", 220-pound wide receiver. I thought he did an excellent job of competing. I didn't have a problem, by the way, Mike, with the play call either.
Let's flip it over to the Philadelphia offense. Nick Foles and that team led field goal drives in the second half, but they were effective. Foles turned around a slow start, and he really played well in the second half.
He really did. The end of the first half got him going. He threw an interception ball that wasn't intercepted, right, and that gave him some confidence. But I thought Philadelphia got to the things that he could do well once the game started. Started off trying to hit the deep ball, and we knew it was going to be tough throwing deep in this weather. Again, this one didn't get picked off, but then after that, they got to some quick throws that really helped him. He settled down and started playing like we know Nick Foles can play.
Yeah, we talked about not micromanaging him and allowing him to play aggressive. And even when you interviewed him, he talked about playing aggressive. I thought they did a really good job of combining the run, play action, and quick passes. I thought Nick Foles, under the circumstances, I thought he was excellent, Mike.
And Jay Ajayi was very big, getting that running game going so that they could utilize that quick passing game.
Fletcher Cox mentioned it with Michelle. #1 ranked rush defense in the league. Atlanta 9 carries, 36 yards in the second half.
Yeah, we talked about Aaron Donald dominating this offensive line, and Fletcher Cox did exactly the same thing. 7 tackles, a sack, constantly putting pressure in the interior of those guards, Coach.
And that's why I thought Philadelphia could win tonight, because this is a total team. They have a great defense. They play with a lot of energy. They can run the football. It's not dependent on the quarterback alone. They played very, very well.
But also, if you look at the Falcons, you can tell the Falcons, they didn't play with the same energy, enthusiasm that they had last week. I think the travel back and forth really got on them.
15-10, Philadelphia wins. Alan Chris with a thought looking ahead after this, but first we'll take you inside the Eagles locker room where owner Jeffrey Lurie and the happy Philadelphia team celebrates this playoff victory.
I'll see you, Jeffrey.
Evacuations are underway as a meteor heads toward the metro area.
Go, 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 go! We can fit more! But there's still more room!
We gotta go.
Juicer!
We don't have a juicer! The all-new Volkswagen Tiguan. It fits everything you need and everything you don't.
With TurboTax, you get real-life people help. Hi, can I claim a mask as a deduction?
Yes, if it's required for work.
See? Nothing to be afraid of at all.
Intuit TurboTax.
DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable, just like some people like pre-shaken sodas, having their seat kicked on an airplane, being rammed by a shopping cart, sitting in gum, and walking into a glass door. But for everyone else, there's DirecTV. For #1 rated customer satisfaction over cable, switch to DirecTV and get a $200 reward card. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
I'm very sorry.
And we're gonna get his phone, out of view.
The important thing is that we're gonna make you better.
Okay, here's how to make butter. Pour 2/3 cup cold heavy cream.
Snickers satisfies.
Megan's a lawyer. When it comes to presenting evidence, nobody does it better. She's also this close to finding Bigfoot, but when it comes to mortgages, she's less confident. Fortunately for Megan, there's Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. It's simple, so she can understand the details and get approved in as few as 8 minutes. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Welcome back to the Volkswagen SUVW Postgame Report. Here now, Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth.
So Philly advances. Atlanta is done. 7 teams are still alive. 2 games coming up tomorrow. What do you think? Pittsburgh against Jacksonville. The Jaguars went in there and beat them soundly. Roethlisberger 5 interceptions earlier in the season.
I don't think Ben's throwing 5 picks again in this one, whether he has Antonio Brown in the lineup or not. But we have seen great improvement out of the Pittsburgh Steelers, especially on the defensive side of the ball this year. So that's going to be tremendous. And then so much of it just depends. Can Jacksonville get something rolling on the offensive side? So we'll see.
Vikings Saints, what do you think?
That's really the classic. You have the great offense of the New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees all those years, what he's been able to do. And, of course, the defense of the Minnesota Vikings on the other side, and a house going crazy in the hopes that they get one more game back there, the Super Bowl. Follow the quarterbacks, right? That's basically been what we've been told. And yet in this first game so far, it wasn't the veteran with all the playoff experience that got it done. It was Nick Foles.
Road to Minneapolis comes through here next Sunday, at least on the NFC side. What do you think? I mean, we're going to do that game 3 weeks from tomorrow. What do you think?
I've called 3 Super Bowls so far, and New England's been a part of every single one of them. So I tend to think that one may happen again, but who knows? They get the home field advantage. And for Philadelphia now, it just feels so different, doesn't it?
Yep.
Nick Foles got it done, and now the energy's back here.
You may have just given him the kibosh.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
No, you didn't mean to do that. Anyway, there's your final score. Great game. Philadelphia wins it by a score of 15-10. Later tonight, all new Saturday Night Live with host Sam Rockwell, musical guest Paul Z. For now, Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, our whole crew, Fred Gudelli, Drew Esicott, heading it up in the truck, saying good night from Philadelphia.
NBC Sports, home of Super Bowl 52. Thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Hey, Sam, what's going on?
Well, I'm just trying to get to know every inch of the studio, and this way I can see without actually seeing.
Do you want me to test you?
Sure.
Gosh, that's some Golden Globe level prep.
The Philadelphia Auto Show. Find what moves you.
You've worked hard, busted tail, and impressed the boss. Maybe it's time to be your own. Transform your career with Strayer University's MBA program today. Let's get it.
A new year means a new way to bundle and save. Xfinity delivers the best in-home Wi-Fi experience and most Wi-Fi coverage. And now you can get up to 5 lines of Xfinity Mobile talk and text included with your internet. You'll also get Xfinity X1, the most complete way to access your favorites at home or on the go. It's the easiest way to bundle and save. Get X1 internet and voice for just $89.99 a month for 2 full years. That's through 2020. Plus, you can add up to 5 lines of talk and text included with your internet. Click, call, or visit today.
Tornator Wallace, free skiing. I drive a Toyota Tundra.
I have it very tricked out. Rims, tires, grill, headlights, taillights.
There's a big trick right there for Yater Wallace.
Kind of like skiing. You got your own style. You can do whatever you want.
Brought to you by your Tri-State Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
The road can be a dangerous place. That's why Toyota has 16 vehicles that come standard with Toyota Safety Sense, an advanced suite of active safety technology to help you stay alert to changing road conditions. The dynamic RAV4, sporty Corolla, and versatile Highlander boast automatic high beams and a pre-collision system with pedestrian detection to help give you peace of mind this winter. Tested, trusted, Toyota. To find your Toyota and your nearest Tri-State Toyota dealer, visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Excuse me, everyone. Paul. Paul. This is $3 million Mega Multiplier, the new game from the Pennsylvania Lottery with top prizes of $3 million. $3 million!
Did you win?
I don't know. I'm so excited about it. This could be a big winner. Just had to share. Carry on.
Sometimes the moments before you scratch are as exciting as the moments you do. Keep on scratching.
Get your news first every weekday morning with us. Count on it.
Oh my goodness. A live look inside Xfinity Live in South Philadelphia. A wild scene as the Eagles win a thriller 15-10. This is our NBC 10 News playoff special.
You're watching NBC 10 News Playoff Special, presented by your local Hyundai dealers.
Hey everyone, and welcome to our Eagles. Look at this right here. Isn't this unbelievable right here, Jackie?
What a scene here at Xfinity Live.
It stopped me dead in my tracks. I was looking at it because I'm thinking, all right, which was this big picture right here? This was right after that first score. That's what it was. People going crazy.
Everyone's so excited and hyped up here at Xfinity Live.
Yep. Hello and welcome everyone to our continuing coverage of the Eagles' big win in the divisional round against the Atlanta Falcons. I'm Keith Jones, live here at Xfinity Live.
And I'm Jacqueline London. The Eagles win today versus the Falcons. Let's get this show started with John Clark. Hey, John.
Goodness, I got to tell you, it was such a celebration on the field. And let's bring in Eagles Hall of Famer Mike Quick, who called the game from the radio booth with Merrill Reese. And it's unbelievable because the Eagles shut down the Atlanta Falcons in the second half, shut them out.
What do you mean unbelievable?
Well, it is unbelievable. You've got Matt Ryan, a quarterback who went to the Super Bowl last year. They held him to just over 100 yards in the second half. Take us through that last drive of the Falcons. They're controlling the ball 5 minutes, and they have a first and goal at the 9-yard line. First and goal at the 9-yard line. They go to Julio Jones on 3 out of 4 plays down there on the goal line, Mike Quick.
And, you know, John, that's what they do. In tight situations, they want to get the football to Julio Jones. He's been their playmaker all year. But this defense, they've been resilient all year. And it's very difficult to come into Philadelphia and win. And I keep saying that over and over. They're able to, this time, flush Matt Ryan out of the pocket, and he tries to throw it up high to Julio Jones. Well, they know where he's going. So Jalen Mills does a great job of shadowing him down the field and then trying to make sure that he doesn't catch the football.
And it was remarkable, Mike Quick, because the Falcons had 14 plays on that drive, a goal line stand for the Eagles. And really, when you think about what happened this year, the defense was there all year long. And we talked about when Carson Wentz went down, we needed the defense to step up with a backup quarterback like Nick Foles, and that's exactly what they did to get the NFC title game.
Well, the running game, and of course, yes, the defense. And, you know, John, when you get to this level, all of the big games, if you don't have outstanding defense, you don't move on. So the defense did an outstanding job of limiting one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. This guy's thrown for over 40,000 yards in his career. There are not many quarterbacks that can say that. But the Eagles took care of him today. They limited him in the passing game. And certainly when they tried to run the football, they got a lot of hats to the ball today.
Yeah, and you look at that final drive once again, and you think about what the Falcons have done. They put up 26 points against the Rams out there in L.A., and you take a look at this play. What did you think when you initially saw that? And then, of course, the referees reviewed it, and they made the right decision.
Well, listen, in full speed, of course, I thought he caught the football. I think receivers always catch it.
But when I had a chance to see the review, I was pleasantly surprised because I saw that the ball had touched and rotated once it hit the ground, and I knew that it was going to come back. In fact, the last play, the slant route down on the 2-yard line, I thought even that one should have been overturned.
I agree, and so did the fans.
Yes.
At the link. You know, this drive, I was really nervous because they're going down the field, and you saw when they got the ball, it was a 5-point lead because Doug Peterson, rightly so, said, hey, I'm not going to go for it 4th and 1.
That's the correct move.
And he said, you know what, I'm going to make them drive the field on us and get a touchdown and not get a field goal. Did you think that was the right move at the time?
You know, I want to see him aggressive, but I thought at the time that was the perfect move. And then you put the onus on your defense. And, you know, the defense, they've been stellar all year. He put the onus on his defense, and his defense came out, and they took care of business, got off the field. It's hard to come into South Philly and win.
Absolutely. And Mike Quick, we got to give a lot of credit to Nick Foles.
Absolutely.
In the second half, unbelievable. He threw for 145 yards in the second half. He was 12 of 15 for 145 yards in the second half. If I would have told you that he would wind up with more passing yards than Matt Ryan, a quarterback that went to the Super Bowl last year, would you have believed me?
That would have been hard to believe, but he was very efficient with. I like the game plan just in general. They ran the football, but when they needed to pass the ball, Nick was on point. You know, he missed one. I thought it was early to Trey Burton. He missed one on a corner route, but aside from that, he was really on point passing the football.
Absolutely, and I got to tell you, what a job by Doug Peterson and his play calling. You saw him get the ball to Nelson Aguilar in space.
Yeah.
And let's look at these drives, Mike. You have one drive that was for 8 minutes. You have another drive that was for 5 minutes and 42 seconds, and another drive that was almost 7 minutes. 14 plays, 12 plays, and 14 plays. That's 3 different drives where you just ate up the clock.
Well, when you have weather conditions, when you have all the circumstances going into this game, that's really what you want. You've got a backup quarterback. You don't want to put too much on him. You want to make sure that your guys at the line of scrimmage can win the game in the run game, and of course, you're going to have to throw it some, so you give Nick the slant route. You know, he had the run-pass options a lot of times, and he made the correct decisions. He got the ball in the slant route to Nelson Aguilar, to Alshon Jeffrey, and the game plan, I thought, was a very good game plan. I thought Doug Peterson called a great game.
I did too. And let's take a look early in the game. This was a great call as well. You need a yard. You're down at the goal line. 4th and 1. We're not kicking a field goal there. Doug, like he has been all year long, aggressive, and it is blunt force right here. And they had Trey Burton, the tight end there.
Trey got a great block,
as
John.
a fullback, right?
Yeah, he comes out on the edge. He gets a great block, along with Lane Johnson, I think it was, that came out there and got a good block, and Blunt got it into the end zone. But in a game like this, you want to run the football. You want to control the line of scrimmage. It's a game where you want to let your big guys in the trenches win the game for you.
Yeah, and let's take a look at my notes right here. When you think about the Eagles and the balance they had, Nick Foles had 30 passes, 32 rushes.
Yeah.
And we talked coming into this game, don't put it all on Nick Foles. You need a rushing game, and you were right. They leaned on the rushing game. Great balance.
You know, before the game, we talked, and I said they need to bloody their nose at the line of scrimmage.
Punch him in the mouth, you said.
This was that type of game where at the line of scrimmage, you let those big guys just battle one another. And the Eagles at the line of scrimmage, they were better at pushing them around, winning at the line of scrimmage, and that's why they won this football game. But again, a great job of play calling by Doug Peterson in this game.
Totally. And Mike, statistics say if you turn the ball over twice in the playoffs and you don't get a turnover, you lose.
You don't win.
You
That's
lose.
right. You don't win.
It's pretty unbelievable. All 10 points that the Falcons got were off of 2 Eagles turnovers.
That's exactly right. And the way they advanced last week against the Rams, it was the same way. They got 10 points off of turnovers against the Rams on a fumbled punt and just mistakes that the Rams made. It wasn't that they went out and just beat the Rams up, though they played really good football against them. They were very fortunate. They were fortunate today that the Eagles made some mistakes and they got the 10 points that they got.
Can you say it, going back to Keith and Jacqueline, the Eagles are going to the NFC title game?
Hey, Keith and Jacqueline. First of all, Jacqueline, I love the shirt. And yes, the Eagles are going back to the NFC Championship game.
There you go.
Quick Analysis, sponsored by Pico. Visit pico.com/smartideas.
Well, dude, of course he's going to like it, right? It's got the throwback,
It's
just as you were saying.
It's throwback. Eagles love going way back.
So
the win tonight.
Yeah, the Eagles win this one in a dramatic fashion.
They did. We were all a little nervous, biting our nails. And the reaction among the Eagles faithful is passionate, as you might expect.
Speaking of passionate, NBC 10's Tim Furlong has been out with fans in the parking lot. Look, he's surrounded already all day long.
He joins us with more reaction from excited people outside. Hey, Tim.
I think some dude just tried to kiss me. There's a lot of very happy people. Some of it Budweiser-induced happiness, but most of it about the Eagles. Hey, listen. Vegas, they had it wrong. We were underdogs. I think not. Hey, listen, what did you think? What was your favorite part of the experience tonight?
The last play of the game, definitely.
Was that like the coolest? Tell me what it was like in that stadium when that was happening.
Everyone was concerned. Everyone was like, oh no, we're going to lose this game. Throw it up. Goes right through Julio's hands. Julio's a bum. All right? And the whole stadium just explodes.
Unless, of course, he's a free agent. We want to sign him next year. We take him in a heartbeat, dude. Don't tell me. Julio's the man. Hey, this guy, I want to say, this guy asked me, he said, can you say that it's electric in South Philly? Why don't you say it?
The crowd, Philadelphia, we're electric. Electric. Electric is the word to describe the city of Philadelphia right now. We're going to go to the Super Bowl, baby. One more game.
Hey, guess what? Guess what? Guess what, guys? Hey, listen. Hey, guess what? We got another game next week. And then guess what? Whoa. Hey, listen. And then we got one more. It's in Minnesota. Who's going to be there? Guys, it's a happy crowd out here tonight. Back to you guys. If you try to ask me
Julio Jones is a bum. Did you hear that?
Wow, yes.
Amazing.
People here at Xfinity Live echoing the very same sentiment here. No love for Atlanta, all Eagles.
Hey, Tim Furlong, we're going to have to toss to you a little bit later because we just understand that Doug Peterson is available. He is live right now at the podium. We want to get you guys exactly what he has to say for this giant win.
At the end of certain games, it appeared that you were more emotional. Your personal feelings when you win a playoff game as a head coach when the game's over.
You know, everything kind of rushes through your mind, but the biggest emotion for me was the team, the guys, the resiliency of this football team, and our backs against the wall. People discount us, don't give us much credit, whatever it might be, and for our team to battle and against a fine football team, a team that was obviously this time of year is playing extremely well, hot football team. That's one thing about this team that I love so much. They battle to the end, and so that was the biggest kind of rush of emotion just thinking about the players.
What got Nick Foles going? It seemed like you got him in a rhythm, and he just started, just driving the team.
Nick is Nick, and that's what we've talked about, and that's what he and I have talked about, and stayed committed to the run, obviously, and that helps. And then with the passing game, just him making great decisions, and getting the ball out of his hand, finding the open receiver, and did a really nice job, executed the game plan how we and how I know Nick can.
You've been very aggressive all season. How close were you from going for it on fourth down before you decided to let Jake kick it?
I was really considering that, going for it, I really felt like at that time, if we do make it, obviously the kick, you're up 5, and you're putting it back in your defense's hands, and which is a positive because I felt like they were playing extremely well at that time. But I also knew that if we do go for it and make it at that point, game could be over at that time. But I elected to take the timeout, talk about it a little bit more, and then just ultimately kick the field goal.
It seemed like Nick Foles got into a rhythm when you went to that tempo offense. What is it that makes you, have that decision to run that tempo?
Well, in situations like that, when you have like a big pass or a run, the play before, a lot of times it's much easier to go tempo because the game clock, the shot clock starts right away, and it's hard to get personnel in, call a play, when it's easier just to get to the line of scrimmage and call one of our tempo plays. So did that a couple times tonight. It was successful. It helped us, and it was a big part of the success the guys had, keeping Atlanta kind of on their heels at a couple times.
You had that big play call where you handed off to Nelson Aguilar and he got like 30 yard gain inside 5. First time you've ran that play all year, at least in the game. What was your thinking on that play?
You know, it's a play that we've actually had in our arsenal. We've had it up in game plans before this season. Just never got to it. We were in the right situation. I believe it was a 3rd down, I believe, when we called it. And it was just the right time. We had been running the same play with our running backs, the exact same play with Jay and LeGarrette earlier in the game. This was just an opportunity for Nelly to put it in his hands with Lane as a puller, and just executed extremely well.
So you were picked to be, you're an underdog at home, a 1-against-6 first time ever. Were you and your team insulted about that reality without Carson Wentz, and do you feel validated after this win and the way that you won?
You know, you know what? At the end of the day, we find a way to win the game. You know, whether we're underdogs or favored, listen, you know, love all those guys in that locker room right there. They don't care. I don't care. Our fans are a big part of the success tonight. And it's about those players in that dressing room, whether we're 3-point underdogs or 3-point favorites. They really don't listen to that stuff, you know. Of course, they've been sort of force-fed for about 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now, the information, and you know, they just stick together. They just stick together and find a way, and it's been that way all season.
But how important were the points at the end of the first half, momentum-wise, going into the locker room with that field goal?
That was huge. You know, just to be able to get down there with, you know, we're out of timeouts. You know, Nick to Alshon on the sideline was huge to get us into that field goal range, 53-yarder, I believe it was, and Jake's been doing that all season long. And it was great to get momentum with our defense coming back out, you know, to start the second half.
Doug, you had a tough decision at the end of the game there, whether to go for it on 4th and 1 or to kick the field goal to go by 5.
I think I just talked about that, didn't I?
Sorry.
Yeah. No, yeah. Get his notes.
The offensive line, what stood out about that?
The offensive line? Gosh, just the way they you know, just the way they play together. You know, it's been that way all season long. I think they've been hearing a lot of talk that the last couple of weeks not playing great, this and that, whatever. But they've had a great couple of weeks of practice preparation. Stout does a great job putting a run plan together, and you know, just you know, getting back to that physical style that they're used to and they're accustomed to, and did a nice job. Did a real nice job.
You say that the team doesn't care about being an underdog. Right now, Lane Johnson's running around with a dog mask on. Is it something that you think they would
Ask Lane. That's kind of crazy to me.
But is it something that they would embrace for motivation?
Well, you listen, for about, when did Carson go down? Okay, since that point, no one's given us a chance. Nobody has given us a chance. And I understand Carson's a great player. But every week, our guys are hearing the same thing, that now we're all of a sudden not good enough. You know, we're 13-3. We have the best record in football. We're, you know, home field advantage throughout. Listen, there's not a lot of, I mean, the guys are going to motivate themselves just based on what they've done for them, heard for the last month of football, you know. Listen, it really doesn't matter what you guys talk about, because that locker room in there is united. And I'll go to bat for every one of those guys, and I'll go to war with every one of those guys in that dressing room.
You talk about Brandon Graham and the plays that he made down the stretch, particularly the one on Freeman.
Oh, it's a tremendous play. Tremendous play. He had a couple tackle for losses tonight. Did a great job putting pressure. He's so quick off the ball, and times the snap count up. And that play you're referring to there in the fourth quarter was a huge. It was kind of a cutback run, and he dove, made the tackle. That could have gone for a long way. But you know, he's a guy that we've counted on all season long. And you know, again, he stepped up, had a nice game.
Brandon said that he knew that there was going to be a sprint out on that final 4th down play. I know it's not your side of the ball, but did you and your staff recognize that from the sideline as well?
Yeah, the communication was a couple of things, obviously, because they had a couple timeouts, but typically in those situations, get the quarterback on the run gives you more of an option to throw the football, and so our guys were ready for that.
On the first touchdown, what factor?
Head coach Doug Peterson at the podium. You heard a soundbite there. You're going to hear it all week long. And no matter they had the best schedule, 13-3 in football in the regular season, They were underdogs even as the 1 seed. He said, doesn't matter what you guys talk about. What's going on in that locker room right now is special. They've got heart. The Philadelphia Eagles going to the NFC Championship game. Unbelievable.
They are. And you could see the pride there in Coach Doug Peterson's face. And it shifted. He was so proud of all of his men in the locker room. And then when he was asked about Carson Wentz, you could see how that shifted, that pride continued. And he felt that his team did the very best they could and rose to the top despite being called underdogs.
One of the reporters in there, by the way, said, underdogs? Lane Johnson was running around wearing a dog hat on. I want to see a shot of that. We got to make sure John Clark gets the skinny there.
The best motivation for that.
All right, all week long, we have had our reporters all over the area. All day today, we've had our reporters outside Xfinity Live. We've had them in the parking lot. We've had them at the link outside the locker room. Let's send it now outside Xfinity Live.
Let's go to Brittany Shipp. She was with the bus pregame and is there outside Xfinity Live. Hey, Brittany.
Listen, as soon as they play a song they like, the excitement is uncontrollable out here in front of Xfinity Live. We have so much going on. Okay, tell me what it feels like.
How does it feel, not just for me, but for all Eagles fans? Let me go! E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! That's what we breathe! That's what we breathe!
Tell me how you feel tonight.
Hey, it was a great game. I'll tell you what, that defense was stifling tonight. Doug Peterson had a great game plan. That's a great game. Hey, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
It's been like this since the game ended. How long are you guys going to party tonight?
All night long, baby! All night long!
And probably into next week as well. So we will send it back to you guys in the studio.
Listen, we're not stopping! Let's go!
By the way, it's like 20 degrees outside right now. It doesn't matter.
Oh, they are warm, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And the warmth is spilling over because of this huge win tonight.
Yeah, big party here behind us, too. As for the game itself, first time in 4 years, really, that the Birds were hosting a playoff game. Last time that happened was the Saints. Ended in the wild card round. Nick Foles, ironically enough, was under center at that point.
The task was always going to be tough facing the defending NFC champions.
And Danny Pommel joins us now from NBC Sports Philadelphia newsroom with full highlights. The whole lowdown, Danny. Fun to watch this game.
Man, let's have a look, man. I was a little nervous there toward the end, but nonetheless, we are back at it. The Eagles in the NFC Championship game. You know, the doubt and uncertainty only added to the intrigue in this one. The Eagles, the #1 seed in the NFC, a home underdog to a wild card team. Let's take a look. First play from scrimmage. Eagles go big. Nick Foles airing it out deep. Torrey Smith, great heads-up play on this duck of a throw to come back through the defender, draw the flag. Eagles on the move. But in the very next play, Jay Ajayi up the gut. People think they've been saving him for the postseason, but first touch of the game, coughs up the rock. That's no good. That led to a field goal as the Falcons recover. Eagles down 3-0. But look at the sneaky play here. Inside handoff to Nelson Aguilar. 21 yards to the Falcons' 3-yard line. And on 4th and goal, LeGarrette Blount punches it in. Extra point, no good. The Eagles up 6-3 until
Boy, the Eagles could really use a big special teams play, a big punt return. It's very high and end over end. And it's going to bounce across the 20, and it will be down right here. Now, the Falcons are saying it was off an Eagle, and they have. Yeah. They've recovered it.
Trips to the right. Ryan looks that way. Tries to dump it off and hits Freeman for a touchdown.
Wow, so late in the half, Eagles get a big break here. Foles overthrows the pass, and some people on Twitter were saying Nick Foles just completed the immaculate reception. Maybe not. Torrey Smith, though, great heads-up play off the defender's knee, and that sets up Jake Elliott, GOOD, with the 53-yard field goal, longest in Eagles postseason history. Eagles down 10-9 at intermission. Third quarter, Carson Wentz watching Nick Foles drive the team downfield, and Foles just really had his wits about him in the second half, but this drive just sputters to a close outside the red zone as Jay Ajayi comes up empty. But once again, Jake Elliott's right foot gives the Eagles the 12-10 lead. And on the Eagles' next possession, Foles to the guy who was getting the touches, Ajayi, on the screen, sets up his blockers, a 32-yard pickup. That led to another 3 points. So Eagles on top, 15-10. Falcons need a touchdown. 4th and 6. Matt Ryan to Julio Jones. Keeps the drive alive. Comes down to 4th and goal, and here we go.
With Coleman to his left. Ryan rolls. Ryan pumps. Ryan is throwing it up in the air. Incomplete! Incomplete!
Woo, that's as close as it would get. Hey, sometimes you're the dog, sometimes you're the milk bone. Eagles get the victory 15-10 and will face either the Saints or Vikings next week in the NFC Championship game. Man, it came down to the last few seconds, but the Eagles get the victory. We'll see who they're playing coming up, the Saints or Vikings. Keith and Jacqueline, that's it for me. I'm Danny Palmels. Back to you.
Danny, thank you so much. That was the immaculate kneeception.
Yes,
You
it
like
was.
that? The other side of Pennsylvania.
The chant's still going on here. They're
Oh
still
my
doing
God.
Fly Eagles Fly.
Crazy.
Xfinity is still packed. No one's leaving. The celebration continues.
No question, plenty more to do and to see on this NBC News playoff special. Take a look, a live look at the thousands of people that we've been talking about. This place is mobbed. The celebration is going to continue into the night. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, I'm Dr. Denny Carice, Chief Scientific Officer at Recovery Centers of America. As we fight this opioid epidemic, we know young men with substance use disorders have specific issues and challenges. That's why we're introducing the Recovery Centers of America Young Men's Program, where young men struggling with addiction receive individualized treatment with other men their age to achieve sustained recovery. If there's a young man in your life struggling with addiction, call 1-800-RECOVERY and start the healing now.
On the edge of disaster, knowing that I won't actually go over that edge.
Willing to push yourself to the absolute maximum to win.
I know it's fast, but it actually feels like it's in slow motion.
Full bore, working hard, it's like an out-of-body experience.
It sort of feels like I'm unstoppable.
Independence Blue Cross is pleased to support NBC10's broadcast of the Olympic Winter Games. Learn more at ibx.com. Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless.
Hey, boss, how you doing? What can I get for you?
A slice of cheese.
Oh. $3, please.
Dude, you bit my pizza.
It's just a fee.
A fee?
Yeah, if you get like a personal loan, there's a sign-up fee. Same thing.
That's ridiculous. Don't freaking put that in your mouth. Dude.
A new year means a new way to bundle and save. Xfinity delivers the best in-home Wi-Fi experience and most Wi-Fi coverage. And now you can get up to 5 lines of Xfinity Mobile talk and text included with your internet. You'll also get Xfinity X1, the most complete way to access your favorites at home or on the go. It's the easiest way to bundle and save. Get X1 internet and voice for just $89.99 a month for 2 full years. That's through 2020. Plus, you can add up to 5 lines of talk and text included with your internet. Click, call, or visit today.
I think I found my happy place.
Inside the redesigned 2018 Sonata, great.
More room than the Toyota Camry. Safety features like automatic emergency braking and America's Best warranty. Oh, I am so happy.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai.
Any chance you want to drive your happy place home?
Lease a Sonata for only $129 a month or get 0% APR plus up to $2,000 in total savings. Hurry, offers end January 31st.
For the most accurate weather forecasts, count on a team that gets it right. NBC 10 First Alert Weather, rated most accurate by Weather Rate, an independent researcher that studies every station's forecast for accuracy, from temperatures to rain and snow totals, and when severe weather will hit. Count on a team that gets it right for you. Bill Henley, Tammy Souza, Hurricane Schwartz, Crystal Cly, and Steve Sosna. NBC 10 First Alert Weather. Count on it. You're watching NBC 10 News Playoff Special, presented by your local Hyundai dealers.
Another live look inside the link. The Birds with a huge win tonight. John Clark caught up with 2 key defenders after this one.
You know, we just go out here and we just do what we do and we play together. And I'm just happy that, you know, everybody was against us and we went out there and proved them wrong once again, and we're going to do it again next week.
How much did it motivate you that you were underdogs in your own house?
Man, it felt so good because we worked our butt off this year and we're not going to, you know, let up. And, you know, you got to beat us. And I'm just happy that, you know, we came together. And like I say, Peter Strager, you was wrong. Good Morning Football, y'all don't need to have that boy on there no more because he was wrong.
You shut him out in the second half.
Hey, we went out there and we just kept doing what we do. We knew we missed some plays in there, and I'm just happy at the end of the game when we talk about being a good red zone defense, and we did it right there.
Rodney.
Yeah.
Shut them out in the second half.
Yeah.
How incredible was the performance in the second half?
Man, it was no better feeling, man. It took all 11 guys on that team, man. It took the coaches giving us great calls, and it took us executing. So that's what we did, man. You got to do that in the playoffs, and we came out with the victory.
How proud are you of this team to say you're going to the NFC Championship game?
Man, very proud. We're the only people that believe in ourselves, and that's all we need, man. We say it every week, and that's what we came out here to do today. We proved that, and we just happy to move on.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back to Xfinity Live, our broadcast location as we continue NBC 10's playoff special. We should call it the pre-NFC Conference Championship special. What do you say?
Doesn't that sound so good?
Oh, perfect.
The road to the Super Bowl continues. Doug
like
Peterson, of course, the Birds head man. After every game, he joins us for an exclusive interview. Here he is now with John Clark and Mike Quick.
All right, we are now standing here with the head coach who is leading his team to the NFC Championship game. Tell us about that final drive when the Falcons are running up 14 plays, first and goal at the 9. What is going through your mind about your defense?
You know, I was hoping that that 4th and 6 that we might get off the field at that point, but we didn't. And I just knew in my heart that these guys were going to find a way to get it done. And they've been a tremendous red zone defense all season long. You know, they haven't allowed a touchdown in a while. The Falcons obviously had a little trouble driving the length of the field. Obviously, they put together a drive when they needed it. But our guys, the resiliency of our football team to step up and make that final play, my hat's off to our defense.
They shut them out in the second half.
And that's unbelievable. That's an offense that's got a lot of weapons. They're playing extremely well right now. Our defense just kind of put the game on their back on that last drive and found a way to win.
Doug, their defense is one that's known for their speed. How were you able to negate that speed and get the points and move the ball the way you did?
You know, one of the biggest things you have to do is you got to run north and south on them. You got to kind of run between the tackles. You know, we did try a couple off-tackle plays, scheduled plays that, and you saw their speed. I mean, they got us for a couple tackles for loss, and we just kept going between the tackles. And some of those were RPO throws. Nick made great decisions to throw, Nelson in the slot or Torrey out in the flat or, Mac Hollins out in the flat a couple of times. So Alshon got involved on some of the RPOs, and we just do, we just detail our work that way. And, I just felt like the offense really also sort of executed our game plan tremendously.
I'm glad you mentioned Nick Foles because I think because of him, a lot of people didn't give this team a chance to win this football game. Talk a little bit more about his performance and what you got out of Nick.
You're absolutely right. A lot of people didn't give Nick a lot of credit and or our offense for that matter. And Nick's a guy that you give him time to practice. You give him time to. It's only been a month. It's only been a month. It's like training camp. So he's now getting into a rhythm with his guys, and he's the type of guy you just let him go play. You don't clutter his mind with a lot of stuff, and you just keep, you just keep your game plans extremely, I don't want to say basic, but simple, where he can just go play, and really the rest of the team can go play, and he executed that, almost flawlessly, and made some great decisions with the football, and really proud of Nick and his performance.
You lost an MVP candidate, maybe the MVP of the league, and you talked about maybe it taking a little bit of time for everybody to get over that. And look, I know this week some people downplayed it about the underdog status, but there were signs posted in the weight room and around the building. How much do you think these guys were motivated by the fact that people thought, hey, they might just be a one-man team?
I think they were very motivated by it, and this team has never been about one guy.